Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the University of Adelaide graduation ceremony. This morning's ceremony is for graduates from the Faculty of Sciences, Engineering and Technology. The ceremony will commence very shortly. The university has a contract photographer to provide photography services during the ceremony, and they will also be filming the ceremony for a live stream, which is available on the university website after the ceremony. As such, if you wish to take photos or videos, we ask that you do so discreetly from sitting in your seat, and please do not use flash. To maintain the ceremony's sense of occasion, we would ask that you please take a minute now to turn off your phones or make sure they are on silent. In the case of an emergency, please follow the direction of staff members. The emergency assembly point is the Goodman Crescent Lawns, which is on the western side of Bonython Hall, and the evacuation plan can be found on page 9 of the program. A reminder that COVID is still in our community. As such, while masks are not required in Bonython Hall, we do strongly recommend wearing them. Also, if anyone has recently had a COVID test and is awaiting results, has tested positive or has any COVID symptoms, we would ask that you please vacate the building now. Another reminder that food and drink are not permitted inside Bonython Hall. If you do have any food or drink, please make yourself available to staff and we will dispose of this for you. And for safety reasons, guests are not to enter the galleries upstairs, and please do not sit on the steps in the balcony area or block any of the aisles in the hall. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. We will be singing the National Anthem. The words are on page 8 of the program. Please now stand if you are able for the academic procession and remain standing for the National Anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Please be seated.
I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purpose of presenting degrees. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, family, most particularly those graduating today, welcome to the University of Adelaide's graduation ceremony. Gana Miana, Gana Yata Nadlu Thumbandi. In English, we recognise we're on Kaurna land. We acknowledge the Kaurna people, past and present, the original custodians of the Adelaide Plains. We acknowledge their ongoing spiritual connection to this beautiful land on which all campuses of the University of Adelaide are built. Graduation ceremonies are important occasions. Academic achievement should be celebrated. It needs to be celebrated because it's a public good, not just a private good. But I hope for each of you, of course, it turns out to be a significant good for you. When we celebrate academic achievement, we celebrate the things that lie behind it. Hard work, endeavour, commitment to achievement. These are important things. And for most people, either themselves or their families and both, behind academic achievement at the level that you are, there will also almost certainly be a measure of sacrifice. Graduation ceremonies are also important because they mark times of transition. As communities, we often celebrate transition, and it's important, I think, that we do. For some of you, your transition will be from the life of a student to a life of full-time professional employment. From some of you, there'll be a transition from undergraduate study to postgraduate study. There'll be other forms of transition for some of you. Whatever the transition is that today will mark for you, I am confident that the knowledge you've learnt at this fine university, the skills that you've acquired, will stand you in good stead, and not only for your professional working lives, but also, we trust, for all aspects of your life. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today's graduation orator, Mr. Tony Clark. Mr. Clark is an Emmy Award-winning cinematographer, as well as co-founder and director of Rising Sun Pictures. His film credits as a visual effects supervisor include Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stronger Tides, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Last Mimsy, The Core, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm sure that many of these films will be familiar to our graduates and guests today. In 2010, Tony received an Academy Award for Scientific and Technical Achievement as creator of the remote collaboration tool CineSync. His deep understanding of digital film became the foundation for the technology spin-off Rising Sun Research, now called Cospective. Tony has served as a board member on the South Australian Film Corporation and Ozfilm, and is currently on the board of ASX-listed telecommunications provider Superloop. He also serves on the council of the National Scientific Not-for-Profit Organisation, the Royal Institution of Australia. He is an active member of both the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and the Visual Effects Society. We are privileged to hear from him today. Please welcome Mr. Tony Clark.
Thank you for that glowing recommendation. But thank you for having me here today. I'm honoured to be given the opportunity to speak to you. I'll start by acknowledging Chancellor, the Honourable Catherine Branson, ACQC, Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Research, Professor Laura Parry, distinguished guests, members of staff, friends, family and loved ones. You've been on this journey also, I presume, and you've suffered through every moment of it, or lived through every moment of it, should I say, but most importantly, our graduates. I'm going to give you a little history, a little long view, and a few things that have come up for me along the journey. Some may resonate now, some later, and some never, but I hope you'll find something useful here. I am the son of an engineer and a scientist, and I thought I was going to be an engineer too. I built amplifiers, radios, and my first computer, read manuals, not novels, and I blew things up. I was curious, and I was a dreamer. But late in high school, I discovered photography and did work experience at the Advertiser. Having opened my creative eyes, I abandoned my thoughts of engineering and was determined to become a photographer. In 1982, upon completing Year 12, I had no idea what to do next and was saved by the ABC, who were hiring trainees in a variety of roles. The ABC traineeship was one of the greatest enabling opportunities of my life, as I'm sure your work here at this university will be. It exposed me to every technical and creative facet of television and film, and it was the cinematography department that eventually adopted me full-time. I also met my wife, Bryony, there. Bryony and I travelled and worked in Europe for several news organisations over a couple of years, and everywhere I went, I used those broad skills learned at the ABC. I was a can-do person, and people loved that. And I was also pretty full of myself, but I regularly reflected on that and committed to being less of a pain in the arse. It's okay to chuckle. On returning to Australia in the early 90s, I joined a local company developing robotic camera systems. And we built an amazing tool and shot amazing pictures. Most of them involved combining motion with time-lapse, the sort of thing these days you can do on your iPhone. But at the time, it took us months to shoot using a purpose-built rig that was about the size of a small car, which we dragged across Australia. This culminated in the film Epsilon, which I shot with Rolf de Heer directing, and the film made it all the way to the Cannes Film Festival. Around this time, movies were changing rapidly. Terminator 2 had been released in 1991, and it was the beginning of the CGI blockbuster. And now we are surrounded by these things. So 3 colleagues and I decided to start our own business focusing on computer graphics. That business is Rising Sun Pictures. By doing good work and looking after our clients and people, we grew in reputation and more work followed. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Superman, Thor, X-Men, Mortal Kombat, and over 110 movies to date. Rising Sun's clients are mostly in Los Angeles, and we're firmly planted here in Adelaide, and that's quite a challenge, as you can imagine. We innovated to solve the distance problem with remote collaboration software called CineSync, so that we could work with our clients as though they were in the same room. Just one of several innovations we came up with along the way to allow us to function seamlessly from half a world away. More recently, we've put wings, or mech suits if you prefer, that kind of film, which I do, on our artists using machine learning tools written by Dr. John Bastian and Dr. Ben Ward of this very university. These tools and what will follow keep RSP at the forefront of movie making. But most importantly, we've needed to learn how to take care of 250 staff, a number that should grow to 300 by Christmas. The visual effects business is all about nurturing and supporting talent and growing a culture of ideas. So we put staff retention ahead of personal gain, and after 27 years, this month, in about a week actually, still have many of the team that came to us in the first 10 years. The rate of change in computing is breathtaking. The computer I built 40 years ago in 1982 had an 8-bit chip, a Z80 for the geeks amongst us, clocked at 2 megahertz and a huge 16 megabytes of RAM. Amazing for its time. Really groundbreaking stuff it was. RSP just added 16 machines and each have 32 64-bit cores clocked at 2.6 gigahertz and a terabyte of RAM each. That's what today's movies demand. When we started RSP 27 years ago, social media, smartphones and global connectivity were just starting to happen. Our first connection was a 28.8K modem and it's now 10 gigabits and I have a gigabit in my house. So technology moves rapidly and will continue to do so. RSP's first file server in 1999 had a whopping 54 gigabytes of storage. I think we have that on our phones now. We just ordered 2 new ones with a total of 9 petabytes. So again, sense of the challenge. This trajectory should continue, driven by innovation and Moore's law, unlocking things like sentient computing within the life of your career. So in your working lives, you will be the authors of our IT future, most of which we can't even see yet. I couldn't tell you from 1982 what was going to happen in 10 years' time. I had no idea where I would be. And so with great power comes great opportunity, a great responsibility, to paraphrase a Spider-Man movie, I believe. Some things I've learned most recently that I hope you will find useful. Know your values and be true to them. Our values are the expression of our soul. They're what we believe in, and you will be tested here, especially as you establish yourself professionally. You will be challenged in this area. Practice learning to listen, especially the men amongst us. We do this, I do this, I'm constantly in trouble for this. Listening to people is the key to understanding and it's a sign of respect. Make sure you also hear the quiet voices in the room. The quiet voices are often carrying messages for us that we don't hear unless we allow them an opportunity to speak. Be kind to yourself. Make time for you to rest and for personal development. Learn to be still and to be peaceful. Learn to be present in a moment that you're in. You will have a busy mind. You will have a lot on, and you need to make sure that you provide space for that. Be curious and challenge yourself to learn new things. Always ask why. I think that's the mind of the engineer, is always asking why. I don't know how many of you feel like that, but certainly for me, I always wanted to know why those light bulbs went on, why the sound came out of the speaker. Always ask why. Don't just accept things uncritically. We need to be critical of the information around us. We need to listen to the messages that are embedded in that information. We need to know when people are trying to direct us in certain directions. Leave things better than you found them. If you do this, you will set an example for others to follow. If you do good things, and that good thing inspires 2 other people to do the same, and so on, then we'll let the power of 2 take its own future with that. That's how we create movement. Small change creates movements in society. My career has been a wandering path, steered by my nature and values, with a good sprinkling of luck. I could never have foreseen in 1982 the path that I would take because it didn't exist, as yours doesn't now. As the authors of our IT future, and as your path unfolds before you, roll with it and take the twists and turns in your stride. I wish you well as you go into the professional world and have faith that you will leave it a better place through your presence and talents. Be kind, be generous, and use your powers for good. Congratulations.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today's ceremony, I'd like to thank Tony Clark for his stimulating and inspiring address. We are honoured that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences. Your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places upon each of us an enduring responsibility to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whatever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking Tony Clark.
I will now receive the candidates for degrees. I call on the Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor Research, Professor Laura.
Chancellor, I, Professor Laura Parry, Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor Research of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and the whole university that the graduates who will be presented to you have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the award for which they are so presented.
I, Catherine Branson, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the university, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privileges of a holder of the award in the University of Adelaide for which they are so presented. I call on the Deputy and Head of the School of Computer Science, Associate Professor Nicholas Faulkner, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I, Deputy Head of the School of Computer Science, Associate Professor Nicholas Faulkner, present to you graduates from the School of Computer Science. To the degree of Bachelor of Computer Science, Kian Kai Ang. Jordan Douglas Barron. Ji Long Bang. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Media, Carmen Chia. Yan Chang Chu. Huao Tao Dong. Brody Ebbs. Adam Ryan Favretto. Yi Xian Fong. David James Johnson. Zeno Johnston. Jophiel Andrew Lorena. Chong An Le. Li Ko Ching. Jia Jun Ma. Kyle Dillon Micken. Matthew Alexander Perotta. Riley Satanek. Bryce Thomas Simmons. Indiana Brooks Skripek. Theodore Spiropoulos. Yi Yuan Tang. Cameron Teo Nissen. Ivan Vinchenkovic. Edward James O'Grady Vivian. Devashish Singh Varghela. Cheok Lam Yip. Wen Chao Zhang. Wen Hao Chu. Jia Chi Chu. To the degree of Bachelor of Computer Science Advanced, Jack Lewis Barnes. Adam William Bethel. Jordan Briggs. David Scott Butler. Edward William Fosdyke. Tom Galindo. Charlotte Gounder. Christopher John Hamilton. Han Huang. Dasuni Dinatika Jaya Wikarama. Ryan Thomas Kroon. Cheru Trinity Lau. Jason Wei Ji Lee. Jin Ken Mak. Rishi Mali. Oscar Manglaris. Thomas Alexander Pukinen. Dishavira. And Jahan Jawad. To the honours degree of Bachelor of Engineering, also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Pate Nilesh Kumar Bhatt. Daniel Nicholas Sabel Brewer. Aaron Francis Clark. Hui Yadovu. David Jesse Escobar Moya. Jonathan Otto Guchul. David James Demeter Harley. Mate Hosu. Elijah Hughes. John Daniel Josipovich. Craig Scott Keogh. Huang Nam Nguyen. Max William Verhagen. Raymond Wong. And Fan Zhang. To the honours degree of Bachelor of Computer Science, Som Wan Fu. Dallas Trent McNeil. Bradley James Morgan. Brandon Thomas Smart. And Georgia Xiaomeng Zhang. To the Graduate Certificate in Data Science Applied, Oscar Trevor Davison. To the Graduate Certificate in Cybersecurity, Jisman Raju Kanjira Tinkal. And Mintu Matthew. To the Graduate Diploma in Data Science Applied, Lisa Hudoba. To the Graduate Diploma in Cybersecurity, Rigel Noble. To the Graduate Diploma in Computer Science, Rebecca Louise Scarvarelli. To the degree of Master of Machine Learning, Rachit Arora. Joan Susan Joss. Liu Pei John. Yu Ma. Abdul Rauf Mohammed. Tak Yin Pang. Nimish Patak. Kabulnan Tank. Quang Hien Tran. And He Zhang. To the degree of Master of Data Science, Navpreet Singh Ahuja. Tuishal Rakesh Banka. Hayao Sao. Inez Andrea Castano Gomez. Shreyas Chopra. Ashwarya Anil Genika. Hasita Jayatilaka Heti Arachachilarge. Prasanna Sai Vishnu Vardhan Inapakola. Dixit Jain. Yang Jiao. Sai Vivek Kamari. Nyok Tai Hen Lee. Hemant Gowda Honimachana Hali Lingaraja Gowda. Jitendra Singh Malik. Imaduddin Mohammed. Pratik Kumar Mondo. Dinesh Nalamati. Varun Alkesh Panchal. Rishub Patatiya. Harish Sethi. Ravi Mahendra Shah. Jahong Su. Chirag Mahendra Takar. Nitin Akhilesh Venkat. Le Sway. Ka Long Wong. Pei Wen Siu. Francisco Jose Zaranatu Ayala. And Su Zhang. To the degree of Master of Cybersecurity, Karolina Davidovsky. Sindhuji Kandebanda. Kushal Jagdish Kashika. Ritiva Kitarut. Prithviraj Janadan Kurapot Thula. Parakshit Sunil Parab. Levi Marcus Pelham. Durisha Ravidas. Surushti Bipinbai Sonara. And Cynthia Tangaswamy. To the degree of Master of Computing and Innovation, Harnor Bandesh. Darur He. New Queen Hua. Sean Ji. Rujia. Shua Shua Jiang. Kwok Chung Kwan. Xiaoman Li. Kai Yu Eric Ma. Lan Su Meng. Shruti Nirarambam. Yin Yuang Ang. Tian Tiu. Jian Tao Song. Sukhminda Kaur. He Chan Wang. Kai Yang Sui. Etron Yuan. Joran John. And Yan Zhao. To the degree of Master of Computer Science, Chung Chien An. Rajkiran Kaur Charanjit Singh. Xuan Li. Cameron Robert McLeod. Reni Kambo Mwangi. Pranav Bharat Kumar Patel. Min Hao Zhu. And Wu Li Zhu. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Multi-Document Summarization from Heterogeneous Software Development Artifacts, Mahfouz Ahmad Al-Ghamdi. For a thesis entitled General and Fine-Grained Video Understanding Using Machine Learning and Standardized Neural Network Architectures, Hayden James Faulkner. For a thesis entitled Swarm Control for Mass UAS Deployments in Disconnected Environments, Bradley Robert Fraser. For a thesis entitled Enterprise Security Architecture, Mythology or Methodology, Michelle Ray Graham. For a thesis entitled Efficient Fully Convolutional Networks for Dense Prediction Tasks, Ifyan Liu. And for a thesis entitled Bio-Inspired Computing for Chance-Constrained Combinatorial Optimization Problems, USE. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the School of Computer Science and for this ceremony.
Chancellor, every year the university presents university medals to acknowledge the most outstanding graduates in each faculty who have completed a University of Adelaide bachelor's degree with honours or a bachelor's degree of at least 4 years duration. The university medals are awarded to them for their consistent, outstanding performance across the whole of their undergraduate studies. I, Professor Laura Parry, Interim Pro-Vice Chancellor of Research of the University of Adelaide, present to you a recipient of the 2021 University Medal from the Faculty of Sciences, Engineering and Technology, Brandon Thomas Smart.
I'm now delighted to present to you Jeju Trinity Liao, who was presented this morning with the Bachelor of Computer Science Advance. Jeju will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of graduates who were presented with their awards today.
Good morning all, distinguished guests, family, friends, and of course, graduates. There are different ways to describe what the past few years have been like. Some might describe it as smooth sailing, others not so much. Some might see it as riding a bike that's been set on fire multiple times. But for me, life at university resembles a bit like a train ride. Sometimes smooth, sometimes bumpy, ups and downs with the occasional detour. But no matter how you describe it, today is a celebration, a milestone full of memories that will shape the course of our future. And using this metaphor of a train, I like to take the moment to reflect on all the experiences we've gathered to this day. So, let's put on our conductor hat and welcome you all aboard. Stop 1. You step onto campus for the very first time as an official student of the university. You have sparkles in your eyes, uncertainty in your boots. You cringe at the awful lighting of your student ID photo. And wherever you go, you are clouded with mixed emotions of nervousness, excitement, anticipation. And soon you realize that the reality of computer science is very different from what you originally thought. You don't see mysterious silhouettes in the basement trying to hack into some top-secret government database. Instead, you end up meeting the brightest, loveliest, the most welcoming people who you will be great friends with for the rest of the journey. It's these people who will stand by your side, forming a camaraderie of respect, admiration, and appreciation. It's these people who will give you the biggest hugs of happiness when you finally figure out the error in your code. All I can say is, these people are special, so don't let them go. Stop 2. Remind yourself to take things at your own pace. As the clock ticks over your university years, you will struggle and you will fail. There will be setbacks and battles every turn you make. Battles with your studies, your relationships, your future, and more. Use this as a reminder to always be kind to yourself. From silly mistakes, like forgetting to submit an assignment because you overslept, to stress, tears, and more stress because your program suddenly crashes after working on it for 3 days straight. Always remember, it's no big deal. Wear your failures like a badge of honor. These failures will turn into valuable experiences and life lessons that you will take with you even after this train ride is over. Stop 3. By now, you're a veteran at the university. A little bit older and a little bit wiser. Your non-computer science friends always ask you to fix their laptops, and you would jokingly default to a classic, "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" And that's when you realize that even though we might not know everything about technology, us computer science folks always go the extra mile to help those who need it. So go out there and do just that. Help. Help drive the technological field. Help your friends select the best laptop to buy. Help create an app that improves people's lives. Be the person who is logging on to make the next big thing, even when the world is shutting down around us. In times of uncertainty, the world needs game changers like you. Which brings me to the final destination. Many of us began our university journey in this very room back in O Week. It's only fitting that we end it in the same room, like bookends on a bookshelf. And although you've reached the final station, this is not the last journey that you will take. Your next chapter is also going to be a heck of a train ride. All of us are going to go in our own different directions, crossing on different routes and different terrains. There'll be bumps along the tracks and sometimes even major detours and repairs. But despite all the setbacks that you might encounter, never lose sight of where you're going and how you get there. So, sit back, kick back, and put your seatbelt on. Whether you're traveling solo or with family and friends, be sure to look out the window and enjoy the ride. Now, can I get all the graduates to stand up and applaud all the people who have supported them throughout this entire journey? Thank you for listening.
It now gives me great pleasure to congratulate, as a group, all of those who graduated today. Be proud of what you've achieved, and as Jesu has reminded you, remember those who supported you along the way. It will be your parents, your relatives, your friends, your colleagues, and I am sure the fine staff of this world-class university. As graduates of the University of Adelaide, you are also its alumni and you become its ambassadors. Over the years since the university is established, its alumni have made enormous contributions all around the world. Today you join this community of more than 150,000 alumni who can be found in more than 147 countries around the globe. We have 21 global alumni networks, including 8 international networks. I hope you'll give some thought to joining one of those networks. Let me now thank the mace bearer, Brandon Smart, and the valedictorian, Sheju Trinity Lau, and all who assisted in ensuring that today's ceremony went smoothly and well. I now ask all of the graduates to remain standing, while I ask those who comfortably can from the audience to stand, and join me once again in a final congratulations of those who graduated today. Could you all now please remain standing for the academic recession? Once the academic recession has left the hall, we ask our guests to remain in their place, and the staff of the university will assist them exit the hall in an orderly way. I now declare this congregation adjourned.